Hello, everybody. Welcome to Music Talk Mondays. This is a weekly podcast every Monday where we talk about all things related to music. I'm your host, Eddie Lamb, and I am going to be the guys that you're going to talk to, hang out with, to just talk about things like artists, bands, instruments, songs, albums, soundtracks, you name it. Pop culture stuff. Even if we talk about our favorite music journalists, interviewers, all that stuff. We'll talk about that in our podcast each week. So thank you guys for tuning in. We are live officially on Twitch, on YouTube, and on TikTok. So good to see all of you guys on 3 platforms. It's good to hang out with you guys. So, of course, before we go to our program today, this is how it's going to work out. So in the first half, we're going to be talking about our topic of the night. And then after that, we do open Q&A from you guys. So if you guys can, please save your questions until I say it's open Q&A time and open discussion time. Sounds good? Yeah? All right. So, of course, we want to start off by saying that I have a website if you want to keep in touch with me, if you like all the stuff I do. It's eddielambmusic.ca. That is my official website. It's .ca because I am from Vancouver, Canada. I am a Canadian musician, so yes. That's where you can find me on there. eddielambmusic.ca is my official website, and you can... Oh, hello, Unrealistic Hunter. Thank you for tuning on Twitch. Thank you so much, my friend. So I got social media as well. I got Twitch, I got TikTok, I got YouTube. I also got Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Yeah, Twitter. Sorry, did I say Twitter by accident? Oh, sorry, it's Twitter. So it's under the same username as Eddie Lamb Music, so you can follow me on all those platforms. Of course, I also accept donations as well. You can do a regular donation to my PayPal. It's paypal.me/EddieLambMusic. So that's my PayPal website. You can also go to Patreon as well if you want to see me post some exclusive content, including doing things like birthday wishes, special occasion shout-out videos of any kind, or if you want me to post some exclusive content, including behind-the-scenes recording. Feel free to hit me up on Patreon and just let me know that you want to contribute and let me know what you want, and I'll see what I can do to the best of my abilities. I am not a Twitch affiliated yet. Hunter's just asked me just now on Twitch. Not yet, but I'm working my way towards that, so we'll see how that goes. So anyways, thank you again. You guys have been such great supporters. For all you previous supporters of every kind, past, present, and future, I thank you all. You guys are amazing. And next thing I also want to bring up too, again, that big announcement. Thank you guys so much for helping me on my TikTok channel. Because of your amazing support, I now have over 20,000 followers on TikTok. Over 20,000 followers and still growing, which is insane. I don't know why, but I'm so glad that you guys are drawn to the content I create. And of course, as you guys know, I add a little bit of new content to start off the new year. So besides my guitar tutorials, which I know people have enjoyed me for, I also started doing this thing where I post more piano videos of myself playing popular songs. And you guys can actually use the duet feature and sing along to the song. And I got lyrics provided as well. And you know, this whole thing, I figure would be honestly beneficial for a lot of singers too. Because think about it this way. You guys can showcase your vocal abilities, and you're collaborating with different people around the world. This is the thing I like about TikTok's duet feature, is that you get to do a duet with other people, different talented people across the globe. It could be someone famous. It could be somebody not as famous, but you know, it's great. You know, we're collaborating online together somehow. So I think that's a really great direction for TikTok's duet features, honestly. So it's awesome. It's awesome. So far, I've had a few participants already, a few of my followers on TikTok who've already used the duet feature and did a great job so far too. So thank you so much, guys. You guys have really showcased the kind of talent that you have. It's awesome. So make sure, if you haven't done so, go to my TikTok. It's AULAN Music also. And you can find the piano stuff on there. If you want to use a duet feature and sing along to the songs I play with, you are more than welcome to do so. Everyone's free to do that. The more singers I see on there, the better. Well, I got all that business stuff out of the way, so thank you guys so much for that. Oh, actually, maybe one more announcement. I am in the middle of recording new material for my band, Cry of Silence. So in case you guys don't know, I have an all-Asian rock band. We're all from Vancouver, called Cry of Silence. It's cryofsilencemusic.com. That is one of my band's official website. I also do play in a cover band too called The Naturals. That is my cover band. But of course, we can't do live shows right now because we are on hiatus due to our global pandemic to be safe from COVID-19. So we do miss entertaining you guys. Hopefully, when live shows become a thing again of some kind, that we can find some way to entertain you. But in the meantime, I'm happy to entertain you guys through online streaming and all that stuff. So, yeah. Oh, and just another announcement, too, actually, too. Of course, one more thing I always have to point out, that I also have I have live stream performance sometimes. Whenever I have the time, I'll entertain you guys playing piano online. I can do like piano and singing, playing guitar and singing, or sometimes I can even just do karaoke as well. So yeah, so there you go. I'll answer one little question here. Hunter's asking, it says I also do play video games. What do I play? Well, I do play PlayStation 4. That is my console system that I'm playing. I have other consoles too, like PS3, PS2, PS1, obviously. So I'm a PlayStation kind of guy, but I was also a Nintendo freak before. I have Super NES still. It's still there since my childhood. And what else do I have? I also got Nintendo Wii, so regular Wii. I don't have anything past. I don't even have Nintendo Switch yet either, but Wii is still lots of fun too. There's some really good challenging games like Donkey Kong, the Mario Brothers games out there. Mario Kart is going to be my all-time favorite. Smash Brothers Brawl, those are my favorite games out there. So yeah. Okay, guys. Well, I'll answer more questions later on down the road because we'll do open Q&A at a later portion of this program. But first, we're going to actually talk about our topic of today. Now, previously on my previous streams on Twitch, I actually touched base on this topic about open mic nights. Why did I enjoy it and all that stuff? But today I wanted to do kind of like a follow-up discussion about this topic, and I think it would be great. So today I want to talk about the pros and cons of open mics. I think every kind of music event has its pros and cons, and I figure that open mic nights is one of them as well that we should talk about. So with that being said, let's dive right in to our topic. So, like I say, open mic nights is honestly one of the things that's been a huge part of my life that helped build my musical journey, basically. I've been going to open mic nights for so many years, as far as I can remember. I think even when I was still in college. So, yeah, I've been playing open mic nights for a very long time. I was so glad to discover something like that, too. And I've also been to jam nights as well, like where it's like open mics and jams are kind of like similar, but also very different. Like in open mic nights, for example, like a traditional one would be you bring your acoustic guitar or whatever instrument that you have, and you just play 3 songs on yourself by yourself, and you pretty much are done for today. And then you move on to the next performer. It's kind of like almost like a talent show, except it's more like you just pop in whenever you feel like it. So that's what open mics are kind of more about. And it's just you controlling your whole set. So you do whatever you want necessary to entertain the audience. And of course, there's jam nights. And jam nights are, it's kind of more of a thing where a bunch of different instrumentalists get together as a group. Either if you're bringing your own band and perform a set together as a band, or as the premise of the jam nights are, you get together with different instrumentalists spontaneously. You don't even know who these people are, maybe, and whoever is leading that set tells the band what to play, and you just go from there and make some musical magic happen. Sometimes it can be the best thing that you've ever seen, as if they were performing together for years. On some days, it may be a bit of a different story, but of course, it might be a bit of a train wreck. But of course, you know what? In jam nights, that's okay, because that is the beauty of jam nights. Of course, again, based on my topic, I'm going to talk about, I want to dive right in to the pros and cons of these kinds of things. This event specifically, the pros and cons of the open mics / jam nights. What are the advantages? What are the disadvantages? But I'm going to play it into a different angle, especially on the disadvantage side, the con side. I know there's some really brutal truths that we do face that can be challenging. But of course, there are ways to overcome it. And you got to think of it from a different angle in order to get over the challenges and concerns that may arise in open mic nights. So I'm going to explain that too. But first, let's talk about the pros of open mic nights. If you guys are not on YouTube or Twitch, I actually do have visual notes on here. So it's like you're watching a TED Talk / school presentation, or I guess a work lecture of some kind. But anyways, so let's talk about the pros of open mic nights. Oh, first of all, I want to say hi to PS2 Games on TikTok. Thanks for saying hi and popping in for a bit. Really appreciate that. Okay, so the pros of open mic nights. Let's go over that. I got a bunch of points here that hopefully I think will make sense. So the first pro, the first good thing about open mic nights. So number one, you meet a variety of talent. Very true, because think of it this way. You get a chance to network with a bunch of different musicians out there. And, musicians are the most interesting creatures. We are a very, very different breed, basically. So when you meet a variety of talent at the open mic nights, you might get inspired by the stuff they do on stage. And I know I have, for sure. I've seen some amazing, talented people right here in my hometown of Vancouver, Canada, who are not mega famous. They're not worldwide stars. But yeah, for some reason, they are just so incredibly entertaining. And that inspires me to want to either be as good as them or, just borrow some of their ideas and see what I can do to create something different for myself as a musician. So that is one of the advantages of having a variety of talent at the open mic nights. And in terms of the variety of talent as well, think of it this way. If you ever want to go to that performer's show, even, you've just become that person's fan too. Hello, Super Shady 4444. Thanks for stopping by on TikTok. Really appreciate you coming by to say hi. So again, for those of you who just popped in, today's topic on Music Talk Mondays is the pros and cons of open mic nights and jam nights. So again, point one is that you get to meet a variety of talent. You can get inspired by them. You might become a fan of theirs instantly. So there you go. And they become fans of you too. But we'll get more to that in a bit. Second point of the pros of open mic nights is you get to meet potential bandmates. Maybe you are in search of bandmates and you want to form the ultimate band. So what do? Well, you can always advertise on Craigslist. There's always that, right? But there's also going to open mic nights. There's also going to jams, those jam nights. So you could actually go to those nights to meet potential bandmates and just talk to them and ask them, hey, are you in a band right now? If not, hey, I'm looking for bandmates, so you can actually have these conversations with these people at jam nights and open mic nights. I just need to pause here. Sam Wilson on TikTok says, "Hi, just want to spread some positivity. So just want to say, stay safe, and you're doing amazing." Thank you so much, Sam Wilson, for popping by on TikTok just to say hi, and welcome to the podcast. I hope you are doing well yourself, my friend. I really appreciate that very, very much. So, going back to my point here, so yes, at open mics you can meet potential bandmates. At the jams you can, especially. I would probably encourage the jam part because then you get a little taste of what talent level these people are at, and you get to feel out the chemistry as well. So I would say try going to open mics or jams just to try out, meet potential people and just network a bunch of different talent out there as much as you can, and see who you may want to be in your band. I think it's a good experience, honestly. That's just my opinion, though, of course. Point number 3 of the pros of open mic nights: you get to meet new friends. You get to make friends and a potential fan base as well. So this is a nice gold mine, personally, depending on which open mic you go to. If you go to one that has a really great turnout, that is a gold mine for you guys to find potential fans as well. But of course, you actually want to not only perform on stage and doing your thing, but you also want to engage with the audience as well. And on top of that, after you finish your set, go down and talk to the audience too. Just tell them, hey, thanks for checking out my set, and all that stuff. And that's the perfect opportunity for you to promote, which I will get into later on. So there you go. Potential fan base at the open mic nights, especially ones with big crowds. There was one in my hometown in Vancouver on Thursdays. I mean, it's not happening right now because of our pandemic, but the one that I used to go to religiously on Thursdays always had tons of people there, and you feel like a rock star when you go on that stage because, I don't know, it's like the energy was amazing, and it's just so positive, and you just get a chance to have not only a cool group of friends to be with you, but you also have people who may want to come to your shows too. So there you go. Unrealistic Hunter is taking off. Thank you so much, Hunter, for popping by, my friend. Really appreciate you coming by. Oh, and for those of you who may need to jet early, don't worry, guys. This is going to be, you can watch the replay on Twitch and YouTube as well. So you can go to my YouTube channel, go to my Twitch channel, and you can rewatch this whole podcast as well. So there you go. All right. So going back to my point here. So yes, you can make new friends and grow a potential fan base from the open mic night. But there was one in my hometown that had a lot of people every week, and I just loved it. I fell in love with that open mic. So many people, and it was my opportunity to really entertain the heck out of that audience, and that I did, and I had such a great time. Felt like a mega rock star, even though I'm not famous. But it was great to feel like a rock star at that open mic. So the next point on the pros of open mics is it gives audience members a variety of performers. I mean, yeah, like I said, you get to meet a variety of talent yourself as an individual, but for the audience members too, if you're going there as an audience, this is where you benefit as well at the open mics, is that you're exposed to a wide variety of entertainers, a wide variety of every kind. I mean, maybe it's not just music. Maybe this is the open mic that also allows things like magic, poetry, stand-up comedy. If you're into all that kind of stuff, you yourself might become a fan as well as an audience member. And this is like your ultimate variety show, basically. This is what open mics are all about. It's like this awesome variety show where you can actually see different kinds of things happening, and you can brag about it to your friends and bring them the following week if you're planning on going every week. So there you go. For jam nights, yes, you get as an audience member too, you're exposed to different talent as well, different bass players, different drummers, different guitar players, and you get to see how people do things differently. It's interesting. I play music differently the way other people play, and that's okay. I think that's the beauty of it. So the next point is this is a really cool point, especially for all you musicians who want to be professional at this. this also open mics give you the opportunity to get potential clients. Think about it this way, guys. Think about it this way. You may want to get gigs, right? So why not get potential clients where, say you want to, actually think about it this way. Okay, you want to get potential clients, especially if you are a recording producer. So think about that. So if you are the kind of guy that has your own studio and you're looking for musicians to record, open mic nights may be another good place to look at that. It's a gold mine for you guys. So think of it that way. I'm just going to fix my notes here for a little bit. I actually messed up on a little bit of something here, but you know what? That is okay. This is why we are here, folks. This is the fun part about Music Talk Mondays, is that you'll get to watch me flub up some notes a little bit. They're just a little bit, they're just, rearranged. They just need to be rearranged, that's all. But anyways, as I'm fixing this, let me explain more about that point I make. So if you're a producer and you're at open mic nights, you get to network with potential clients who you may want to record. And anyone who you know may have a really good sound, and you want them, you want to see how they sound with a good production, open mic nights may be your gold mine for that kind of stuff. So think about that, folks. Think about that. Like, you really do want to get yourself out there to not just musicians, but producers, audio engineers of every kind. Get yourself out there, guys. Like, this is actually a good opportunity to do something like that. Okay, there you go. And I fixed my notes. There we go. So yeah, so network to get potential clients. If you're a recording producer, like I say, talk to any musicians that interest you, and just tell them, hey, look, I got a recording studio. I'm looking for people to record. These are my rates. How would you like to have me record you guys? There you go. Okay, so the next point I want to make is another pro of open mic nights is you get to promote your upcoming shows as a musician. So think of it this way. You perform a few songs at the open mic nights, and if people like your stuff, tell them at the end of your set that you have a show coming up with your band, and just say to them, I got a show coming up on Friday. I would love for you guys to be there. Check it out, and give them flyers too after you do that. That always works. Kay on TikTok's asking, is music what I do for a living? Well, right now I'm actually just teaching music. I can't perform right now, so that's unfortunate. But I do stream myself performing music also. So as I mentioned earlier, so yes. So that's what I'm doing in the meantime. And of course, I love to talk to you guys on here on this very podcast every Monday, just about music related stuff. So yeah. Okay, so that's the point I just made. You can use open mic nights to promote your upcoming shows. Now, the next point is the pros of open mic nights. The one good thing that you can also take advantage of is that it's an opportunity for you to promote your website and social media. It's very true, guys. Open mic nights also give you the chance to not only talk to potential fan base, but when you talk to potential fan base, tell them about your website, tell them about all your social media stuff, all your Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff. It will, if people love it, just tell them to subscribe right away, to follow you right away, and just keep in touch with them. Create an email list if you have to. An email list also helps. And let them know, yes, if you want to stay in touch, I'll tell you about my upcoming shows, new recordings, blah, blah, blah. That's what your social media is for. So make sure you make a good habit of engaging with audience members as well. It's very important. The next point that I think you can benefit from open mic nights, well, you network to get potential paid gigs as a musician. There's a couple of angles you can actually go about that. So, for instance, say you go to a bar, there's an open mic night happening, so you do your set, and let's say you knocked it out of the park. People just love you, they applaud and everything like that, and the staff likes you. Well, this is an opportunity. Like maybe just two ways. A staff may go up to you and say, "Hey, look, we're looking for a really talented guy like you to play a paid gig here at this bar. Would you like to do it?" So there's that angle right there. Number two, you yourself can approach the staff members and include, well, specifically management, and just tell them, "Hey, look, I really like this place. I think I can see myself playing at this bar or whatever venue it may be. Doesn't matter. It could be a restaurant. But just say, hey, look, I think there's potential for me to succeed at playing at your venue here. Would you guys? I would love to be a part of it, and just let the staff know. And then, if the staff have seen you play and they love what you do, then they may not have a problem with that at all, and maybe a potential gig for you guys. So there's that. So there's that angle, the playing at the venue angle, where if the open mic is at some like depending on which venue it is, you play the open mic at that venue, and if they like you, they may hire you to play there for future paid gigs. Make sure they're paid too. Don't never ever play for exposure, guys. Especially if you guys are mega pros. Yeah, make sure you ask them what the guaranteed payment is. So, Kino on TikTok says yes, very true. So while still staying on this point about networking to get paid potential gigs, you can go about this angle too. Say there's an audience member that enjoyed what you were doing at the open mic. Well, he or she or whoever can come up to you and say, look, I really enjoy what you're doing. I know somebody who has a wedding coming up and needs a musician to play at their wedding. Can you do it? So there's that too. So there's another angle about that. Maybe it's not just a wedding. Maybe it can be like, hey, look, my company Christmas party is happening, or whatever event is happening, and I am looking for musicians, and you are good. Can you do this gig? And if that's your kind of thing to do, then yeah, say yes and go for it. Why not, guys? Why not? Or at least just say, hey, look, I'd love to stay in touch. I'll look at my schedule. I'll see what day works for me, blah, blah, blah. So, just talk about from there and get their contact. If you can't book yourself now, at least, get their contact and just say, hey, look, I'll stay in touch with you, and I would love to discuss when you want me to have gigs and all that. So this is, a nice gold mine of an opportunity to meet not only different musicians, but you can also meet different potential clients for future paid gigs. Open mics are so good that way. So those are a bunch of points that I find are really good. All the positive outcomes you can get for open mic nights. So they all have a big theme to this. Basically, open mic nights create a musical community. So it's not just a community of musicians, but it's also a community of music lovers. Like if they're non-musicians, maybe they're just audience members who just love to see people play. So there's those kind of people too, and you want those people in your life. You really do want these people in your life, because the non-musicians who are audience members, those are the ones who do support you if they love what you do, and you want these people to be there. You want those people to keep supporting all the stuff that you do, but of course it all starts with you being highly engaging to them and be the coolest person you can be. There you go, guys. Those are the pros of open mic nights, of what you can get. What are the positive outcomes of the open mic nights? All right, guys, and now we gotta move on to the not so easy part of the talk. The cons of open mics. What are the cons of open mic nights, folks? Well, here are the cons right here. So, as you guys all know, the format of open mic nights is that if you're a musician, you go up there, you play your set, you have limited time. So, which means, say you only have like 3 songs, for example, and of course that is not a full set at all. A full set for bands and artists would usually be like like 8 to 10, or maybe like more than half an hour at least, right? Or maybe 25 minutes, doesn't matter, but like more than half hour for sure. That would be a full set. 8 songs maybe, who knows? But here's the thing: even though, like I said, the first point is you have limited time to perform, right? Well, you know what? That is okay. Think of it this way. If you played at the open mic night and you did your very best, you gave it all, you gave the audience a little taste of what you can do on stage. Maybe you do have a full band, but you did not bring your band to the open mic night because space is limited, obviously, right? But again, like I say, this goes back to the pros. It circles back to the pros a little bit about the open mic nights. It's a chance for you to network, right? So even though you have limited time to perform at open mic nights, you gave the audience a little taste of what you can do. But think about what they will see when you play with the entire band at a live show. Full setup and everything. You might blow them away. It may be awesome. So that is the advantage of that. So even though the con is you have limited time, you only got 3 songs, you gave them a little bit of a preview of what they can do. And this is your opportunity to network and just tell them and promote. Just say, hey, look, I got a show coming up. I know you guys like what I was doing. Would you guys like to come? So there you go. Okay, so the next little challenge of the open mic nights is this. You might make some mistakes, specifically on new material that you're trying out in front of people. You see, the beauty of open mic nights, I would say, is you get a chance to try out some new songs, some new material. Maybe it's a work in progress, right? Maybe you have not completed writing the song. You have not recorded it yet either. But you just want to try it out to an audience and see what they think. That is the beauty part of the open mic night. It's like you're giving people that little preview of your new material. Here's the thing, though, that can be a disadvantage of open mic nights. Because it's happened to me before. Like when I was trying out some new stuff that I haven't played, whether it be a cover I haven't tried before, or maybe it's a new song that's still a work in progress, I've made a lot of mistakes on it, like so many times. But you know what? It's honestly a good thing, because then it gives you an opportunity of what I need to work on. In the first part, of course, I feel like I'm kicking myself, right? But then later on, then you just climb up there, climb back up, and you just keep working at it and improving yourself to do a better job next time you go back to the open mic night. Fallen Stars, thank you so much for joining in. Fallen Stars is a fantastic band from my hometown of Vancouver, Canada, folks, so make sure you check them out. Fallen Stars BC is their username. Thank you so much, Fallen Stars members, for tuning into my podcast, Music Talk Mondays. Yes, in relation to the open mic night topic that I want to talk about, it's really sad to let you guys, to inform you guys that, yes, the Cottage Bistro in Vancouver has closed down. It will be closing its doors pretty soon, I believe, and it's for sale. It's really unfortunate because I went to that place religiously when I was much younger, when I was still in college, and I was trying to get into the music scene. So, yeah, it's really unfortunate. But maybe I'll talk more about that after I finish my topic discussion here. But thank you so much for bringing that up to the members of Fallen Stars. You guys are amazing people. You guys are amazing human beings. Folks, speaking of promoting, check out Fallen Stars BC on TikTok. Great, fantastic band. And yes, amazing people. Fallen Stars BC says, more like the College Bistro. I see what you did there. But, because, me went to college. College Bistro. Yeah, a little joke right there. Pun time. Yeah, I'll talk about that the recent closure of that venue later on after this topic is done. So, okay, so going back, let's review so we talked about the pros of the open mics, but let's go over the cons. So the cons of the open mics, of course, you have limited time to perform on stage, but that's okay because you get a chance to give people a preview of what you can do. Point number 2, you may make some mistakes on your material, but that's okay because this is like a good exercise kind of deal, basically. So just climb back up and do better next time when you play that song again. next time you come back to the open mic, and you may get better. Okay, at point number 3 on the cons of open mics. So here's the harsh truth, unfortunately, just from experience here. Not all audience members are going to enjoy your material. Not all of them may enjoy it. Not because they don't like you. It's never. Just remember, guys. Don't ever think about this. Don't think of it like that. Never think to yourself they don't like your material because they don't like you. Never think like that, guys. Because for me, even as an audience member, if someone played something that I may not enjoy, it's not because I don't like that person. It just means this. It's just not my cup of tea. That's all. That's all it is. You know, same thing. Let's think same thing with food. Okay, think about it this way. Not everyone is going to like the same toppings you want on your pizza. You like pepperoni, you like mushrooms on it, but maybe, say for example, my friends from Fallen Stars, maybe they like cheese and spinach and mushrooms on their pizza, and they hate pineapple. Just think about that, guys. Everyone's taste is going to be very different when it comes to music. Yes, that's right. Okay, Fallen Star says no cheese, pineapple, and gravy with ketchup on the side. That's right. So think about it this way, guys. When it comes to musical taste, it's the same deal as well. And so think of it this way, guys. I may not like the same pizza toppings as you guys, but that doesn't mean I hate you. It just means I just have different taste. Fallen Stars, it's the same deal. You know, some people may not like your guys' music, but that's okay. That means there is going to be somebody else out there who may like you guys a lot. It may not even be in your hometown. And that's the thing, and that's totally okay. That basically, here's the thing. It just means if people don't like your material, that's totally fine. It just means they are not your market. That's it. That means, you know what? That's totally okay. You may not like my material, but it just means that we just got to find a different audience who may like what we do. That's it. That's all it is. But what could we do if we actually said, if we said to somebody that their style is not our cup of tea? What can we do to take that little extra step to help these people? Well, here's one I got for you guys. Here's a suggestion. If there's somebody out there you know personally in your life who may like that person's music, then direct them to those guys. So for instance, I could say, hey, you know what? This I'm going to name a random artist. Justin Timberlake may not be my taste, but I know a few friends who may like Justin Timberlake's music. That's a good example of going an extra mile for you guys. So with us as audience members, as music fans, we should try our best to go a little extra mile in that department. So yeah, we could say, hey, look, you know what? It's not my taste, but I know somebody who may like it more than I do, and I want to help you guys out. If you guys are willing to go the extra mile, you guys are champions. Because, I mean, for me, I'm trying my best to kind of do that as well. It's not easy, but, you know, honestly, that is, I think, something that we should do. At least take that little extra step. If you guys are willing to do that, by all means, go for it.